Welcome to That's Good Sports. I'm Brandon Perna, and have you ever wondered what it would feel like to be an NFL linebacker who is not as fast as a Mississippi police officer? Well, Washington Redskin linebacker Junior Galette knows exactly how that feels. Galette is usually the one doing the chasing down running backs, but he got tased by, I'm assuming, a very athletic police officer who chased him down after allegedly he punched someone.
You better stop, motherfucker, I'm gonna take your ass. Now, turn over, now. Turn over now, I'll tase you again.
All right, you got it.
Yeah, I got you. Get away from me. Put your hands behind your back. Yeah, I just saw him hit the guy.
You got it, bro.
Yeah, I know I got you.
You got him, you're good.
I know I got you good.
Why'd you run?
Because you guys were chasing me.
We didn't start chasing you till you ran.
Start chasing nobody.
You
I
were
saw
fighting.
somebody point a gun at me.
Nobody pointed a gun at you.
Taser. This?
There are two takeaways from this video. One, Mississippi police officers seem a lot cooler than I would have given them credit for.
Trust me, it could be worse. I can charge you with a lot more stuff right now, but I'm just gonna keep it real with you, all right?
And two, I think it's safe to say Junior Galette never fully recovered from his torn Achilles.
You know we weren't running fast. I'm gonna let y'all get y'all wind blown out, and then I'm gonna blow everybody's doors off. I wasn't running fast. I was like, dude, I'm gonna tase you. I am right behind you. Stop, dude.
You must not have been.
I'm going to tase you.
The cop basically admitted Galette can no longer run a 4.840.
I wasn't running fast.
So this tasing occurred during the offseason in April, which forces me to ask the question, who the fuck vacations in Biloxi, Mississippi? You've made $24.6 million through your career, Junior, and you choose the Gulf Coast as a vacation destination and you don't spring the cash for New Orleans or South Padre Island? If I can quote ESPN, you got mossed. Sorry, I meant the other dumb segment. Come on, man. That's good sports. This episode is sponsored by BetDSI.com, official sponsor. There's a link in the description. BetDSI is one of the best sports books out there, and if you use my code, GOOD25, BetDSI is gonna give you $25 to wager however you want. Any game, any sport, they're giving you $25 to try to turn into more dollars. And if you listened to my betting advice last week, taking the Rams to cover the point spread, you done good. Cleveland Browns wide receiver Josh Gordon has been reinstated into the NFL after a long battle with drug and alcohol addiction. Josh Gordon is, in my opinion, the most talented football player to ever live, and that is not hyperbole. He was the first player in NFL history to have back-to-back 200-yard receiving games, and he did it as a Cleveland fucking Brown against the Steelers defense and the Jaguars defense with Jason Campbell and Brandon Weeden throwing him the football. And he was probably high while doing it. Honestly, I'm not sure if I've ever seen anything more impressive in the NFL ever. I mean, Josh Gordon had 1,646 receiving yards and 9 touchdowns in 2013, playing with QBs who can't hold backup jobs right now. Imagine if he played with Peyton Manning or Drew Brees in 2013. He would have had 50 touchdowns and 5,000 receiving yards. He would have finished the year with more receiving yards than every QB in the NFL except the QB who threw him the football. That's how fucking good he was. Now, I strongly recommend watching Josh Gordon's interview on the Uninterrupted YouTube channel. It's really good, enlightening, and it's where I pulled some of these clips from. Gordon can resume practicing on November 20th, and you should be rooting for this guy.
One of my coaches, he had came by saying, you're gonna get drug tested by the compliance office. This is how it's gonna work. This is what they're gonna do. If they do call you in, here goes these bottles of detox. He showed me how to drink them, showed me how to take them. And that was, I think, my real first experience with like getting over on the system and that authority not really being taken serious because it was kind of being guided by somebody that's employed by the same, university. Well, I failed the drug test because I was getting high.
Flash Gordon battled addiction, which was enabled by his coaches and mentors, the people who should have been steering him in the right direction. Instead, they were selfish, teaching him how to game the system so they could keep winning football games.
Xanax, many occasions, cocaine, several occasions, marijuana, most of my life, codeine, cough syrup, promethazine, very prevalent from where I'm from. You know, it's what I grew up using.
I had no idea how serious his addiction was, and I always thought he got shafted by the NFL for smoking weed. But his issues were much bigger than that. This is a man who has earned a second chance, deserves a second chance, and he did something no other person on earth could do. Convince me Roger Goodell has a fucking heart.
I mean, some of the most honest answers and information and advice anybody could give to you. You know, I respect Roger Goodell. He gets a bad rap because people don't understand him, they don't know him, but for me, he's a great guy. He's a great man. He's been a friend to me. He's been a mentor to me in a way in which he may not even understand.
Look, I'll admit when I'm wrong, and maybe I've been wrong about Goodell sometimes, definitely in this Josh Gordon situation, and I think this is an important story for football fans to pay attention to. Listen to what Gordon has to say about the way he felt while going through this.
I got suspended for the entire year, and after that, it kind of all came in from all angles, different fans. Everybody kind of was like, oh, you know, you're a piece of shit, you know, you're a drug addict, you're a junkie, whatever, you know, you're alcoholic. So at that point, I was like, you know what, if y'all want me to be this guy so bad, that's just what I'm gonna be.
We tend to write off players before we know what's really going on. I know I have, here on this show. I already have thought about 10 ways to make a joke about Johnny Manziel, but I'm not gonna do it today. I'm amazed at the lack of empathy I see from football fans on social media for players who struggle with addiction, when we live in a country that is riddled with it. I find it hard to believe many of you don't know someone who has struggled with addiction, or is currently struggling with it, or haven't had problems with it yourself. I mean, look at the New England Patriots. They are addicted to winning Super Bowls, and it is fucking disgusting.
Ice cream or a cheeseburger.
All I'm saying is, we don't know shit about most of these guys and their lives. And unless it's an issue of physical violence, I'd ask that you hold off on judging these men until you have a better understanding on what they're going through. I know I need to do it. I mean, just listen to Stephen A. Smith talking about Josh Gordon from his high horse.
I'm done with Josh Gordon. I'm done with him. I hope that he resurrects himself and gets straight, but I harbor no sympathy for him whatsoever. You couldn't stay off the weed. Now it's DWI. I mean, damn.
Right.
I mean, what is it? What's next?
It's so easy to be critical. We're all so much better than other people with problems, right? None of us can understand what it's like to make mistakes, have addictions, butcher good opportunities, or fuck up when we're young, right? Josh Gordon is 26 years old. He could play the best football of his life for the next 4 to 5 years. And at age 26, he's already dealt with much bigger problems and issues than I ever have. My biggest struggle this week has been trying to fit Stranger Things 2 into my busy schedule. I have 1 episode left, so don't even try to fucking spoil it for me either. I guess I just get tired of seeing a complete lack of empathy. And I know, I think the majority of people out there have empathy. And those who do aren't taking to social media to say a bunch of dumb shit on a daily basis. And I can't sit here and pretend like I have good life advice for Josh or know what's best for him, because I don't want other people trying to do that for me.
A dose of reality for sure, man. When you're put in a position to be constricted, you know, socially, financially, just all resources exhausted, the ego is diminished to just about nil. The only thing I know I have to go off of, but is my faith, family, and my ability with football.
There are already people writing off his return to the NFL. There are other people out there right now who already want to see him fail so they can be right about him. I don't understand that. For the life of me, I don't understand that unless it's Tom Brady. I do not understand rooting for others to fucking fail. Which leads me back to Junior Galette. I have no idea what was going on with him before he got tased by the Biloxi cool police department. He said he was trying to stop a fight. The police say they saw him hit someone. I don't know. But I do know when I saw the video, I was like, oh shit, a police officer easily ran down an NFL linebacker? I need to talk about that. That was my first reaction. Not, oh man, I wonder what really happened here. I hope he's okay. So I guess I'm just as big of an asshole as everybody else. And maybe that's what really bugs me. I'm a fucking asshole. Maybe I hate that. I hate that deep inside I'm just an asshole.
My pre-workout in me. This ain't on the banned substance list. FYI, it's legal.
Today's episode is brought to you by the Anti-Assholes of America, encouraging people to be a little less like fucking assholes all the time. Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Sports. Make sure you subscribe here on YouTube. Give me a follow on Twitter at Brandon Perna if you want to talk about football. And maybe John Elway can get Josh Gordon. That would be cool. I hope he's gonna make it. He's a really good football player.